The hidden message from Alexander the Great about the unknown capabilities of the brain. Alexander, or Iskandar, or Skanderbeg in Albania, or Dul Karnain. We know that even the Archangel Michael gave a prophecy to the exiled prophet Daniel in Babylon concerning the little horn coming from the north of Greece that would put an end to the big horn, that is the Persian Empire, that he would reign for a few years and that his kingdom would be divided to his four generals. Exactly what happened. Now I'm translating again from a Greek article. Dhul Karnain, that is Alexander the Great, or Iskandar, or Skanderbeg. The hidden message by Alexander the Great about the unknown capabilities of the brain. In a coin, the Greek initiates gave us a message written in hieroglyphs. On one side of the coin appears Alexander with a ribbon in his hair, a symbol of the initiate in the Greek mysteries. Also, with the horns of the Amos Zeus, we know that the first thing he did after he united Greece was he went to Egypt, and he was told in the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem by the high priests of Israel about the prophecy of Archangel Gabriel to the prophet Daniel about him, Alexander the Great. And then he went to Egypt, and he was told by the pharaohic high priests about him being a pharaoh. Kindly support my Patreon account, since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Please make sure you see the Ancient Mysterious Amulet given to Napoleon. 2 videos, the second video before this one. It's very important. It blew my mind what I just read. Alexander the Great was given an amulet when he went to visit the Great Pyramid of Giza. He was given an amulet for victory by the Egyptian high priests. The second one to be given an amulet was the Caesar of Rome. You know, the last pharaoh of Egypt was Cleopatra, the Anthony Cleopatra thing. And then, of course, Rome became an empire after that. And the third emperor to visit the Giza pyramid and was given a similar amulet was Napoleon Bonaparte. So he was the third emperor in 3,000 years to go be given such an amulet, but Napoleon lost it, and after that he kept on having defeats. Now, concerning the brain. Also, in Egypt, he was given the horns of, Alexander the Great was given the horns of Ammon Zeus, which means the balanced development of the 2 lobes of the brain, which happens only to a few initiates and even less gifted by nature. That is why frontal organizations of the enemies of Hellenism with covered questionnaires or even open tests spread that they make checks of the right and left hemispheres in order to locate the gifted Greeks and, of course, to exterminate such people. On the other side of the coin, next to the date of manufacture, on the left there is an anthem, and we'll see this flower held in the hand of 3 fingers like a Frasicalia, a statue located in the Archaeological Museum of Athens, which is only one whose photography is forbidden by the Greeks. I wonder why. Since from time to time it is filmed by foreigners and TV crews. I didn't even know it was there. When the lockdown stops, I have to go to the Archaeological Museum of Athens and find that. Now, in other even though will I be able to take a photograph in? We'll see. Now, in other statues, we see this anthem placed in the highest point of the forehead, which the Greek crown looks like a triangle. This is what we know as the symbol of the third eye, which, as usual, we see at the top of the door of Dionysus. Now, the third eye in the coin is a so-called virginal sun. We'll see that it has 16 rays. that if we pay close attention to them, we will understand their hidden meaning. Macrobius says that when the soul moves, it abandons its perfect spherical shape and acquires the form of a comet. In the center of this sun, we observe that there is a flower with 10 petals. So we have the following elements: 2 pods, an anthem with 5 petals, 16 souls, a core with 10 leaves, and a halo in the form of a ribbon. The hieroglyph phrase is as follows: meet and unite with the eternal soul, the perfect number of Pythagoreans. This was the old note that our friend of the Victory team was uploaded to take the subject of equal education of the two lobes of the brain. In the Quran, in Surah Al-Kahf, and in verse 83 to 98, it mentions Alexander the Great as Dul Qarnayn, King Diker. So the Quran mentions Alexander the Great as Dul Qarnayn. In fact, according to the Holy Quran, Allah was the one who gave Alexander the Great the power to do everything he did on earth. Well, what can you say? Allah, of course, meaning God. Now, he was one of the thousands of prophets of Allah, and we quote only some characteristics, experts from the book. Page 83, O Muhammad, they also ask you about Dul Qarnayn, there's Alexander the Great. Tell me, I will tell you something from his story. Then F84 says, we had set up his power on earth and given him the means for every purpose. F95 said, Dul Qarnayn, that is Alexander the Great, the power that Allah has placed in me is better than your reward. F98, he said, that is Alexander the Great, this is a work of Allah's mercy. Iskandar or Sikandar Dul Qarnayn or Skanderbeg in Albania, this is all names of Alexander the Great. Now, the skull, as we know, consists of 2 lobes, the 2 hemispheres of the brain. The left zone is considered the seat of personality and the center of command through the will, where information accumulates, intakes, logical reactions, and a subcortical area containing the main glands, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, and the most complex systems such as lymphatic, cerebellum, and dorsal. The right zone is the one that gives man his true dimension and the laws of time and space. This is the seat of the breath, the inspiration, the intuition of the external logic works automatically. This part is like being sedated by lack of exercise. Today's man is usually based on logic. He has almost no intuition, and of course, insight is a rare condition. If man had developed the second zone, he would have had an enlightened consciousness and would have captured situations beyond reason. We're adding something that David Icke said about the 2 hemispheres of the brain. It has a terrible interest and explains everything. It's done today. Targeted only to the left and the right owner of the lobes of off is what is the intuition. Consciousness is the power to carry out, not want to be developed for more obedience without crisis and instinct. It's rumored that the new generation since 1985, and you'll hear about the indigo children, but also these after the year 2000, they are born with supernatural powers. Okay, I don't. Do you believe this? I have no idea. I believe that every generation has, of course, geniuses and other people who are just normal. But please leave your comments about this. Thank you for your support. I've translated this again from a Greek article. Thank you for your support.